The room was silent, except for the faint hum of the refrigerator in the corner. I sat on the couch, staring at the television screen, but my mind was elsewhere. It had been a long week at work, and all I wanted was to relax. Then, the door to the living room creaked open. I looked up, expecting to see Jess, my girlfriend, with that usual smile of hers. But instead, her eyes were red, like she had been crying. Her face was pale, the kind of pale that suggested something serious. "Jess, what's wrong?" I asked, standing up quickly. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she stepped forward, her hands trembling. For a moment, I thought she was about to tell me something awful, but then she dropped her bag to the floor and collapsed into my arms. I'm late," she choked out between sobs. I froze. The weight of the words hung in the air like a thick cloud. What did she mean by late? Late for work? Late to meet someone? Her sobs were uncontrollable now, her shoulders shaking as she buried her face in my chest. "I'm late, Jake," she repeated, looking up at me with tear-streaked cheeks. I'm pregnant." The world seemed to stop spinning. Pregnant? I blinked, trying to process the words, but they didn't seem to fit with the reality I knew. "Jess, my girlfriend, pregnant?" She took a shaky breath, holding out a small test in her trembling hand. I glanced at it, the pink lines mocking me with their clarity. "Pregnant? You're really sure?" My voice came out barely above a whisper. She nodded slowly, still in my arms, but this time her gaze dropped to the floor. She was too scared to meet my eyes. "I took 3 tests," she said, her voice breaking. "All of them were positive. I tried to wrap my mind around it, but nothing made sense. We had only been together for a little over a year. We weren't even thinking about starting a family. I never expected this. We never expected this. I don't know what to do, Jake," she cried, pulling away slightly. "I'm terrified." I could feel my heart racing. This wasn't just news. It was a shift, a jarring shift in everything I had known about my future. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself. "We'll figure this out," I said, but the words sounded hollow in the pit of my stomach. It wasn't that I didn't want kids. I loved the idea of becoming a dad one day. But not like this, not unprepared, not now. Jess took another breath, wiping away her tears. "I am scared. I'm scared of how this is going to change everything, of how people will react. I don't even know what's next." I stepped back, running a hand through my hair, trying to clear my thoughts. There was a whirlwind of emotions racing through me. Fear, excitement, confusion, and guilt. I wasn't ready for this, but whoever really is. I pulled her close again, my arms wrapped tightly around her. She buried her face in my chest once more, and I could feel the warmth of her tears soaking through my shirt. "We'll figure it out," I said again, but this time I meant it. We were in this together, whether we were ready or not. "I can't do this alone," she whispered, her voice fragile. "I need you." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. I wasn't sure of much in that moment, but one thing was clear. I wasn't going anywhere. "I'm not going anywhere, Jess," I said firmly. "I'm here. I'm with you. We'll figure this out together." There was a pause, the quiet between us only interrupted by her faint sobs. We stood there in the middle of the living room, holding on to each other as if that moment could make everything okay. The reality of becoming a dad was starting to settle in, but I still had so many questions. How would this change everything? How would we manage? But no matter what came next, one thing was certain. I was going to be a father. And as terrifying as that was, it was also one of the most incredible things I had ever heard.